Dude, someone peed on the floor.
Oh, not the pee on the floor.
We're back Monday morning. We've got a lot going on today. We've got an airplane coming over from the body shop a little later today. It is a little cool, so we're gonna wait till it warms up a little bit to open these hangar doors up and do that. We've got the 10 continuing on its base coat process, so we've got basically the primary color on this airplane. We had some trouble getting the final paint because it's kind of a specialty paint with a lot of custom toner in it. So what we did is we found another color to put down as a base layer that's almost the same, and then we're gonna put 2 more coats of the top coat on this today. We basically had to buy toners from halfway across the country and bring in everything we could out of the warehouses to get this color on this airplane. It's gonna be really cool when it's done, but a little bit of a logistical challenge. Anyways, we've got a big week. We've got another drop off coming in, and we've got some customers coming in to visit, look at designs. Big week, lots going on. Let's get started. We're gonna jump into it.
You know, someone asked me if I knew someone who was good at buffing planes, and I said, yeah, I know a guy. Yeah, know a guy. You get it? You
Yeah,
get
I'm gonna put both AirPods in.
Okay.
Now we scuff.
So why do you gotta scuff everything up before you paint it?
You need a good mechanical bond. The body shop, they've sanded it, but we like to have everything resanded within 24 hours. That way it gives it a really good mechanical bond. You need that. And if you want it to stick, you need that. Well, we give everything another scuffing after we get over from the body shop just to be sure, because we don't know when the last time they sanded it.
What you working on?
Something crazy.
You going crazy? Is this the guy who just like gave you permission to do whatever you want?
Yeah, he's giving me some colors to work off of. Teals, pink, orange. He's wanting to go pretty. I feel like electric is a good adjective.
It's very 90s.
Yeah. I guess we're done.
All right, go work, Chris. That's it. Bye, everybody. Yep, that's about how I expected that to turn out. So we doing some housekeeping?
We are cleaning up my mess to begin with, and we are making space for our new admin who's gonna be joining us.
So we've received 2 packages. I wonder.
I know that smell anywhere. Let me open this package.
No!
All right, let's check it out. I think I know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Just a little suspense here for the...
Yeah.
If I had actually drank one of those, I could have just ripped it off in one go. Woo, 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 woo.
So we got the Viking berry.
We're good to go for at least like half a day.
Hey.
Thanks, man. This is from our boy Chris. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. Your airplane's almost done. Now it's gonna get done a little bit faster. That was not impressive.
Oh, this is a new
2
one.
of the best.
Rio Punch.
I appreciate the concern for our health because they gave us the juices this time.
Listen, this has juice in it.
Okay, good job. Let's go.
Okay, let's close that up. All right, just gonna put that right there. And but it's sealed. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
All right, midweek, we've had a great week so far. We've got some drop-offs this week. Good progress on the PC9. We've got an RV10 fresh out of the body shop for Bruce Lane, so that one's in the booth. We're gonna be prepping it to get ready for sealer and base coat. And yeah, we're just pushing to get that Pilatus done. And we know it's a big project, a lot of custom fading on that, so we're working through those fades. But new airplanes coming. We got new fresh metal, new builds. We gotta go through those, pick out colors. Lots going on, lots more to come. Follow me, Scotty, follow me.
Well, good, because I have a question of the week for you. We've been having too much fun. We need some educational content. Somebody wants to know, how do we get our rivets clean from polish prior to primer? And also, how do we keep from sanding away too much of the rivets? Do we tape over them? How does that work?
How serendipitous that we're walking into the body shop right now, Scotty. It wasn't planned at all. So let's go right in here and take a look at that. All right, so great question. What we're looking at now is a brand new built aircraft, fresh skins, fresh aluminum. It did have some areas on it that were polished while they were working on it, just to try to keep any corrosion from getting worse. So what we do is, the first thing is degrease the aircraft, clean it really well. We're just gonna hand wash it. We're gonna use solvent cleaners to remove any bugs, any kind of oils from the belly, that sort of thing. So that's gonna clean it for the most part. But what we do is we go one step further. So what these guys are doing now is prepping the skins on this sling. It has a combination of flush rivets and raised rivets. That's the word I was looking for. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But it's got flush rivets and raised rivets. You can see, like on this top skin, we could maybe do a little close-in pan of this, but it's got both on the same surfaces. We treat them the same way. So what we're gonna do on this one is we'll do a hand wire brush on all of the rivet heads. So we go around basically every one of these rivet lines and hand brush it to remove any contaminants from around it. And then once that's done, we come back and sand those skins. So anyways, that's what this crew is doing right now. They're just doing a little hand brushing, wiring those rivets, cleaning them up. You can see these have already been hit, kind of been hit in a grid pattern. You can also do that with a grinding wheel and a wire brush. You just have to be really careful. The slings in particular have a softer rivet head on them, so a lot of times we'll just hand brush those because it works out a little better. It doesn't remove as much material.
And how do you keep from sanding away too much of the rivets?
Oh, that's a good question. Like if you're doing body work or anything around it, sometimes we do tape up the areas that we don't want to sand. That kind of gives you a little bit of a notification. If you bump the tape, it gives you a little more of a cushion before you start sanding the rivet. But basically it's just a tedious process of hand brushing these areas and cleaning them up as you go without using any aggressive tooling. So finer grit wire brushes work really well. And anything that's not going to remove too much material. You're going to tell really quick if you're removing too much material. Aluminum's soft. You just want to sand it, clean it, and not remove any of it. So you want to keep the structural integrity of the rivet. It's very important for keeping your airplane together.
Awesome, and that was the question of the week.
We got through it. We made it, y'all.
We
made it.
Huzzah this week?
Huzzah!
Yeah, there we go.
Looks great.
I like the Papa Smurf hat.
What's the catchphrase? Huzzah!
Huzzah!
There we go. See, he gets it.
Bonus feature. Just so you guys know, also, any kind of a bucked rivet also has an indicator marked on the top of the rivet. So not all of the rivets on the sling are pulled rivets, and down this trailing edge is a really good place to look. But there's these little indentions in the top of the rivet. These actually have lettering in them. Looks like maybe an NR or something. I don't know what's marked on there. But if you ever see a rivet and that indention is sanded out, technically speaking, those rivets have lost their strength and structure and would need to be replaced. So the biggest thing is you want to make sure that when you're grinding and sanding around those, you never get rid of that indention, or in this case, the letter that's engraved in it. Most of the time it's one little indention in the top.
Okay, all right. I was literally about to leave. What?
Jonathan's coming. So these boxes are addressed to the November 8/23 Charlie Whiskey team, which is our dear friend Chris Wilbert. And this would not be the first gift he has sent to us.
Literally in this vlog, we've already gotten two
Chris,
gifts.
You're spoiling us. You're spoiling us.
Whoa, what?
There are 2 cases in this one, and there are 2 other boxes. Let's see.
get heart
And box
palpitations.
number 2.
Nitro!
Yes.
Orange Dreamsicle!
Yes.
Yo!
So, Chris, we're all gonna drink these, and your plane will be done tomorrow.
We should probably get all the piles of barbecue sauce and sweet tea and napkins out from around it for a B-roll.
Yeah, we really need to class up this Monster Energy drink photo shoot, Jonathan. You're right.
Chris, you're too much. Thank you for the caffeine. We appreciate it. I don't know what to say. Thank you guys so much. If you made it this far, we've had a really big week here at Evoke. We had a few airplanes come in. We had visitors through the week. It was a little bit of a chaotic week. We've got a lot of open-ended small projects we're trying to wrap up and get some of these airplanes moved out of here. We're really close on a couple of the bigger projects like the RV-10 and the Lance Air. Those next week, hopefully, we'll have some closure on those, and we'll show you guys what those look like all put together. But thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Behind the Schemes. Thank you for being there and hanging out with us.
We gotta teach you how to close a video.
Yeah, all right. Just close it right there. That's good.
Boom.
That's good.